Welcome to Ultra Chill. Today we have with us Sami from Cross the Ages and Nicholas Gillot, the CEO of Ultra. In this episode, we'll be covering blockchain gaming and the intersection with traditional card games. The partnership between Ultra and Cross the Ages is now public, and we'll be talking about how that's going to play out. Next episode, we'll be talking about how you go about building interesting and fun play-to-earn games, and of course, how balancing games is always kind of tricky. The Cross the Ages team is handling that in unique and interesting ways, and Sami's going to enlighten us on that front. Before we get started, make sure to drop a comment with questions you'd love to get answers to about the Cross the Ages partnership. We have a great show for you to start the new season with, so let's get to it. Sami, welcome to the show.
Hey everyone, thank you very much. Super happy to be here. Super excited.
Sami, can you tell me a little bit about Cross the Ages, a little bit about how it came about?
Yeah, sure. This is Cross the Ages is a project that we spend 18 months now. So we was super early, and it was to create a whole IP in a big universe behind the game himself. So we hire 3 writer on the beginning, and it become 6, and now 13 writer working on the project to create a book, 7 book exactly in different language for the next year. And yeah, we are 145 people, in this project, 75 artists, and a lot of people from gaming. Because I used to be, and I'm still producer of video game. Our company produces more than 50 video game, and this is how the story of Cross the Ages starts.
So what makes Cross the Ages so distinctive and exciting? Because it's really like a very different and much more expansive than what's being proposed in the blockchain industry right now. It's something else. What's so different about it?
We have different points. First of all, this is like the first game that's created a bridge between the gaming industry and the crypto space. For many things about the fees, about like the game himself, about the transformation, how you can transform your NFT to NFC and physical assets, and how you will put the player on the middle of the game, because the player will be able, to act, on the book, to act, on the game, and to have a real pay and earn. This is a new kind of model where the player is not only a customer, but like he's super active on the ecosystem.
I think it's actually really interesting how much effort you guys have spent on the world building aspect of the game. What has that process been like? It's
Incredibly
amazing, right?
complicated.
Long.
I will give you some example. On Cross the Ages, you have 365 different cards. All those cards are based, on the book, and we created a brief. This brief is based on a graphic Bible, of the universe. All brief is around 20 to 25 page. We're talking now more or less about 8,000 pages to create those cards. Imagine
Wow.
that the work we made for absolutely everything. We have like a story, that we have like a prequel before the story, and we have like the arc. We created a different arc. That means we have like the essence of the book number 1 finished, like 800 page, but you have also the book number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All the arc was built. That means you know exactly what's going to happen, on the arc, not necessarily what's going to be inside, but you have like the large part of the book, and this story have like a big sense. And you have on the writer many superstar and like people get award on the writing team. That means that the story is super strong with an IP, that you have a whole universe behind Cross the Ages. It's not only like a game. You have a fanzine, you have the comics behind that, you have like everything that we created like with the community. To give you a quick example, we have now almost 400,000 people follower, and this is just organic, and it's growing every day. This made Cross the Ages different and unique.
There's actually a really interesting facet in what you just said there, that there's both physical and digital assets for players to play with, to use, to experience, right? So players will be able to have both physical cards and NFTs, right? Can you talk a bit about how that works?
Yeah, sure. I'm from the physical card gaming, so I'm a geek. I used to collect that card since I have 9. I started Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh, World of Warcraft, and I know that the physical asset is super important. On Cross the Ages, you will have this experience to play with the digital card, that you can transform your digital card to NFT. Also, you will have the choice to transform your collection of 145 cards to NFT, from NFT, sorry, to NFC. And this is a unique process, that you will have an NFC card with a chipset inside, with the information of the blockchain inside. And this is a unique approach. You will give a choice for the player to choose between digital, so NFT, or physical. But this will be your choice, and you will have only 1 year to do that.
That's pretty amazing. It's amazingly unique, definitely.
I think you're gonna get the rarest one, out there. There are no just physical. You're like, oh, I owned this Black Lotus from the very first edition, Magic the Gathering reference. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You would know, okay, this is exactly how I got it. You got a story around it. You get it at your home. You receive it. You're like, okay, now I can actually track it, making sure it's the real one. And yeah, you can be pretty sure. I mean, you get the NFT behind it, backing it. You got the NFC chip part of the card. Magic the Gathering, like next level to me.
Like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, like all the game was super involved on this question: how we can create the physical card game, and to be sure 100% that those cards will be, unique or original. We have many problems, with AliExpress, which like many websites that's not genuine and real card. And like if you work on this process from the beginning, like you have the advance to think about it and created everything with NFC and like link it to the blockchain, this will avoid you many problems. So what we're expecting from the beginning is to giving the choice and the way, for the player to being able to make the decision and say, okay, you want a collection, you want a real one, original one, you can get it, or you can get the NFT. But our point from the beginning is to create the way for the people from the collectible, like I used to be, a few years ago, to come into the NFT space and to learn and to understand how like the NFT can be something valuable, and they will have like the proposition to make their own choice. This was the idea about Cross the Ages and why we built that like that.
For those of us that are very interested in blockchain tech at first and foremost, and we're always looking for really good use cases for the technology, forgery is exactly the thing that we've been talking about that blockchain tech solves. And, forgery is definitely a problem within the game card space. And it's really exciting to see somebody applying real world uses to and their problems to the blockchain technology that we believe can solve it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on this space for more than 27 years, and I see so many, fake boxes sold,
Sure.
and you've seen like so many scandal. And I think that we have a way, with the technology and with the blockchain to avoid that. And
Sure.
why we're not gonna do it? I think we have the technology now able to do it. We have to do it, and we have to use like that for the good reason.
Yeah. Wherever you have bad actors, you have to have some technical solution that deals with it. And that's what we're trying to propose. It's great. It's great. I wanted to talk a little bit about Cross the Ages and Ultra, because this is Ultra Chill, right? What does the partnership between Ultra and Cross the Ages look like?
I can give a quick brief of what's out there. So in terms of what Ultra is about, as you guys know, we have different angles. So one of the angle is the game distribution platform. So obviously having Cross the Ages available to download on Ultra is key, make a lot of sense. So it obviously brings a lot of value to both, because our users can get direct access to pretty cool play to earn games. And then the Cross the Ages users can get access to the whole ecosystem. So that's pretty straightforward. For us, we already have all the tech available, so it's just a matter of saying, okay, part of it. What's really great, I think, is how we define the advantages for those users. Because Cross the Ages is a lot of content, which is super exciting, super well done, super well designed. So obviously, if you can get a little piece that is available on Ultra, you want to go on Ultra to get it. The bit like, you want to go on say on Nintendo because you want to play Zelda, right? And sometimes you get a special bundle if you buy it at that time, then you get something extra. And I think that's one of the ways also we want to highlight the partnership. Is that for the Ultra users, you would get a special perks like special card boosters that they get once they download from the platform or reuse it from the platform. So that's also a key value that we can add on the table for the users.
Yeah, it makes definite sense, for us for many reasons. Ultra is an gaming industry and like a bench, of player created a link, with Ultra. That means that we support Ultra, and yeah, we truly believe that we can be able, to give like some additional content and like a special pack, for the user of Ultra. So for us, it makes like sense to this partnership and like only this partnership exclusive with Ultra. So yeah, and about like many question like. Many topic like we talk with Ultra because like Ultra has like the same objective like us, and like we exchange it together, so it's a real partnership.
Yeah, totally. I think there is also some, like what you highlighted earlier about the physical elements. There are some cool stuff there as well that we are checking out together. Because yeah, obviously, there's lots of tech that has been developed, but the idea is that we also want partners to use those technology, so they actually can leverage it within our ecosystem, outside of our ecosystem as well. The idea is whatever we use for our needs. So once we developed, all the framework about Ultra, all the technology pipe, we are using it ourselves, of course, to make our platform, the ecosystem, different apps. But also we want it to be available to the partners, so they can leverage it, they can enhance their content. And that's usually the way we work. We develop it for ourselves, but we also want to make it available for partners. And I think for CTA especially, there's lots of things that's all very exciting because it's a game, really cool game, right? So they can leverage lots of the things we are developing, which are made for the games, the gamers. I think there's also, this we will see in the future, but there's a tournament platform released later this year. Obviously, there are things we can do. This is not like inked, right? But it's something very exciting as well because we have all those interests from the esports scene. And I believe CTA is appealing also, like you had Magic Gathering, you have like all the worldwide championship DCIs and everything, which are like really cool because there's a lot of community around it. And that's the same, for the Blizzard's games. So hopefully Across the Ages also get the same vibe and can benefit from live stream, from, tournaments, from the whole pipes. I think that can be really exciting.
Sami, you talked a little bit about an NFT card pack before. What were you talking about?
NFT pack before? Yeah, did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the question? Tell me. I will try to answer.
You guys are intending to do an NFT card pack with Ultra, right?
Yeah.
So how will that NFT card pack work?
So this is gonna be like exclusive pack, with the card inside for the user of Ultra. So we will be able to provide for every player, from Ultra to a specific pack, and this pack, will be give, for every user of Ultra. So this is like the purpose of the partnership. And yeah, I think it's a cool idea for us, to give something for the community and to say, okay, you come from Ultra, okay, you was like one of the early from Ultra. We want to give you something, something that to like additional. The game, as Nicolas says, is free. You not have to pay nothing to play to Cross the Ages. So the benefit is like you was the early one, on Ultra, and you start like the experience of Cross the Ages on Ultra. So we will give you something like exclusive. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna be inside now.
Well, that's the fun part, right?
Yeah, it's different points. It's too early, but yeah.
Let's try, Remy. You won't get the information today.
It's my job, right?
You have to.
Cross-chain. So I wanted to talk quickly about cross-chain bridges. They're a big part of what makes crypto work today, and with it essentially allowing users and liquidity to move freely from network to network, we have to ask the question, will Ultra and Polygon eventually get a cross-chain network?
Yeah, I think that's totally the plan. As you know, today we already have fungible token two-way bridges from Ethereum to Ultra. Obviously, this can be done with EVMs, so polygons and other so layer twos as well. And the idea here is that we have already a partner which has like NFT working from one chain to the other, and now we want to expand that to our chain specifically. And once that's available, any NFTs can go freely from outside of Ultra to Ultra, and then will be able in the future to go back to any sort of blockchain. That's very important, obviously, because you have blockchain, but you don't want to be in a world where everything is siloed. That's not the idea of blockchain either. But the big advantage is if those NFTs are moving to Ultra, for example, they can benefit from the entire ease of use access, right? So you don't need you join Ultra, you got your account, you got your wallet, your transfers, you don't need to worry about blockchain, right? So for any type of NFTs, it's much easier to get, mass market adoption because you don't need to jump through hoops. And I would say also the big advantage is that once you really want to trade those assets, you're not stuck. Because right now, if you're like on some chains, you have to put your NFT on sale. So usually it's locked, right, by the platform itself. So for example, OpenSea would own your NFT temporarily, which isn't great experience, obviously. So here the idea really is that once you put your NFT on sale, it's at the core of the NFT. So any platform, whether it's in the game or outside of the game or on 10 different marketplaces, is on sale at the same time. So you keep the ownership of this NFT. So you bypass essentially all the risk of trusting any platform to actually sell your content.
Well, that's a big advantage for the seller also, because he gets access to 10 times the market effectively, right?
Exactly. And then you go to the blockchain, which is supposed to be, trustless. What am I doing? Why am I giving it to you then? I need to trust you now. That's a problem. So that's something also that we got covered. Hopefully the bridge can help, a lot of projects to actually benefit from this kind of solutions. And obviously for Across the Ages, once the bridge is up and running, that's also super useful, I think. Because then we can get people to earn an NFT from a tournament or from live stream or whatever activities are done to promote the game, right?
Right. It's very much in line with that concept that like everything in Ultra fits together, big puzzle, right? Big thanks to Sami and the team at Cross the Ages, and of course, thanks to all of you out in the Ultraverse. We'll be back in a few days with the second part of this interview, where we'll cover the interesting details of how you ensure that play-to-earn games are fun and how you keep them balanced while building on cutting-edge blockchain technology. Until next time, keep it ultra chill.
Ultra